Hello, welcome back, Sarah, the Lab Vixen, Lab Vixen Designs. So, yesterday when I got home from work, I had a super cute itty bitty little box um, that had this in it. This is an electric eel Nano 2.1, and it is an itty bitty, super freaking cute electric spinning machine. So, I had originally planned to do all of this video yesterday because, um, well, I just assumed that I was going to pick this up and I was just going to be amazing at it right off the bat. Who else is guilty of that? Um, that was not so. I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get it to actually take up the yarn as it was being like the fiber as it was being spun with the leader, all of that stuff. It just was like, nope, not working for you. Not gonna cooperate. So I was a little frustrated and I was like, all right, I'm gonna watch some more videos, see maybe I'm doing something wrong, and I'll figure it out eventually. I have to. Come on. I think I finally figured it out. So I'll have the view from this camera, and then I also have my phone recording in front, directly in front of. So I'll be able to add in footage from that angle, and when I'm all finished and uploading this to the YouTube, into the internets. So I've got my leader on there, and I already, actually, let me tilt that down a little bit. There we go. I've got it on there, and I was messing with the tension a little bit to try and figure out if maybe I had it too loose, maybe I had it too tight. I've heard that the Nano likes it really loose, so I was like, all right, I'll keep it loose. I had to kind of crank on it a pretty fair bit, like it's pretty taut. So it was trial and error, and I think it makes me better when I figure stuff out like that. So I have a little bit of a very sad piece of wool that I was trying to work with last night, and it was just it was kind of a debacle. I honestly I wish I would have filmed it, just if nothing for laughs, because the frustration was real. It was real. Your girl was I probably said some bad words, you know. Which is I've got my dumpster fire shirt on, so I own it. Whatever. Keeps life interesting. So I'm going to make a little bitty slip knot, and I'm going to try this little piece of fiber first before I make up another rolag. And I need to do a cat hair. Oh my gosh. I need to do a video of the blending board. I have some footage from that, and I think it's pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. All right. Here we go. Okay. And I have it pretty slow um because I'm new and nervous. Is it going to take the knot, or am I going to have to hand wind it? Oh, I'm going to have to hand wind it. And I expected that. Um and that's okay. From everything I had seen, especially if you have the orifice reducer on, it says that once you get to the knot, sometimes it won't go easily through the orifice. And then if it does, it'll hang on the hooks on the flywheel. So that's okay. We can manually roll that. That ain't no thing. So, and one of the other things that maybe contributed to me having an uptake issue was I was half hitching the yarn on, like the leader yarn onto the bobbin. I saw a couple ways to do that and I was like, sweet, that's awesome. I don't have to screw around with tape. I ended up using the tape, and I don't know if that or cranking the tension down is what really made it work, or a combination of the two. I really didn't follow the scientific method very well there because I had too many variables. But something worked, so I'm just gonna keep rolling with it until I really have a good feeling for how this is working. Okay, so let's turn this sucker back on. Oh my goodness, it's going! Ah! Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Okay, so, all right. I think I've got it. Okay. So, like I said, I was just playing. I just had a little tiny bit of fiber to play with, and it was already kind of mangled. So there are some inconsistent spots to it. I expected that. I just didn't want to waste or risk wasting any better quality that wasn't already a little questionable. But, so if we can see right there. Yeah. So the pieces that weren't a little weird anyway were consistent. So I'm going to pack this cute little guy up, and I'm gonna take it to the coffee shop down the road. Because I live in Temple, Texas, and the side of Temple that I am on, there is a Black Rifle Coffee Company, which I have had plenty of their coffees before. Um, veteran-owned business. Coffee's pretty good, and they have a really comfy couch and a little coffee table. So I'm going to pack up the cute little Nano and make a rolag real quick, and I'm gonna go see how it spins in public. I'll have headphones on. Don't get it twisted. I'm not that sociable. Um, but I'll take that with me. Get some pumpkin spice because hello, it's October, and take a bobbin or two with me, and we'll see how it goes and what comes out of that. So before I go, I made a rolag of the blue that I already had on hand. It was called Copenhagen. I can't remember what the brand of it was. I've had it forever. And the 100th sheep yarn, wool. So I mixed the Encore, which was the reddish purple that I had used initially with the blue, and I mixed up some of the blue, and I added in some of that really pretty abstract that was like purple and white and kind of magenta, and got this pretty interesting color formation, and was working with my Jerry Brock Scrolled Turk drop spindle, and I've gotten pretty handy with that with consistency wise. So I think the next yarn that I make or finish will be a lot better and easier to use, um, taking into all the considerations that my friend had given me when she worked with the yarn that I'd made first. So that's exciting. And I won't have, I do have a website now. It does not have any products up for sale. I don't want to put any products up until I have probably 5 mini skeins, like either 20 to 50 grams each, and or 5-ish regular skeins or hanks of like 50 to 100 grams for at least 2 or 3 of the colorways that I plan to do. But I do have a website up. In fact, I will. Oh no, I have too much stuff on my desk already. Let's see. So that is Lab Vixen Designs, where art and science collide. And this is actually the swatch that Ash had made. And since that is all dry and has been blocked, here we go. Beautiful. And on the first video where I was talking about it, uh, it was a silly little mistake. I asked her what stitch she was doing, and I didn't even think to look. She said half double crochet, so I was like, all right, she's doing half double crochet. Nope, she had a confused moment, and it ended up being double crochet. Totally okay. I just wanted to clarify that I do know my stitches, and I thought they looked long, but I was like, she knows what she's doing. And then she messaged me the other day and was like, I did not know. So it is a double crochet, and I think it came out really nice. So a little odd shaped because I only had 10 meters, but you know, I it was fine for what we needed it to do. I'm happy with it. So, all right, I'm gonna go see what I can work up with this cute little nano. I need a name for her. It's definitely going to be a she. So she is a she. So any name suggestions would be great. Put them in the comments below. See you guys next time. All right, so here is a sped up video of the blending board where I was making the rolag prior to going to the coffee shop. And it just kind of shows how I was mixing the different colored wool fibers together. And I mean, I think it's kind of fun to do, not gonna lie. So here is a quick little video of that. And this is how I learned to do it, just by watching some different fiber artists on YouTube. And, you know, just kind of trial and error and learn as you go. And so far, I've been pretty pleased with how my color combinations have come out. So until I can justify the expense of one of the big fancy carding wheels, this is what I will be using. Okay, so I'm going to give my thoughts on how the little nano e-spinning wheel worked. And I do want to say, so I did take a video from the front angle with my phone. It didn't really come out as in the way I was hoping. So I decided to nix that footage, and I'll take a video recording how it works some other time. But I did make the rolag before I went to Black Rifle Coffee, and I did take a quick video of that. So I will speed that up and include that in the video. But I spun the entire rolag in under an hour while I was drinking my pumpkin spice. Uh, and I did want to show you how it came out. I will say there are a few inconsistencies here and there, like some thicker pieces, some thinner pieces, but this is the first bobbin that I've actually spun with this machine. So overall, I'm pretty excited with the results, and I think it's only going to get better as time goes on, now that I figured out how to get it to take up the yarn. So here we go. That is my first bobbin of yarn spun with an e-spinner. With an e-spinning wheel. So really overall, it's not bad. Like I said, there's a few inconsistencies, there's a few thin spots and a few thicker spots where it kind of got away from me. Um, but overall, it was so worth it. And like I said, it's only going to get better as time goes on. So I don't know exactly how much this is, and I probably won't ply it. Um, I kind of think it's going to be pretty cool as a single, and it'll have some variation because some pieces are thicker and thinner. Um, so I will probably count it out. I have a line. It's for fishing, but it'll count how much line there is, so I use it for this. So I'll be able to see how many meters there are when I go through it, like wind it on a winder, and then I will put it on a nitty knotty. I made one out of PVC pipe because that was accessible, and go from there. So again, I'm pretty pleased. Like it did a really good job, and that's actually quite a bit of yarn. So stay tuned. Thanks.